So Wyatt,
Yes.
I've been slowly going insane the last 72 hours.
Okay.
So, flu season, people getting the congestion and all that kind of stuff, whatever. I had the sniffles, I had the stuffy nose, I was fine, I didn't really get sick, okay? Mm-hmm. The sinuses, they go up through the eye, like behind the eyes, up to the ears.
Yeah.
This fucking ear has been clogged. Everything sounded like you're hearing it through this ear. For the last 72 hours, it doesn't matter what kind of cold medication I take. It doesn't matter how many steamy showers, how many Vicks Vapo rub I'm rubbing. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm like fucking massaging my ear. Nothing. So if I crash out and I have a mental breakdown on the podcast, it's because I'm only hearing you on this side.
Well, at least we know. Trust me, it's going around everywhere. It's going around everywhere.
This is not cowabunga. This is not.
This is where I watch my parents die, Raphael. Cowabummer.
Cowabummer, dude. Oh, Batman. How long until we get the DC Magic sets, you think?
God willing.
God willing. So we're on the eve of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as we record. If you are watching this on the Patreon, patreon.com/The Dungeon Bros, where you can get early ad-free access to the podcast at the $5 tier, get your name right at the end of the show. At the $15 tier, you can also join for free to get your questions, submissions, comments, all that kind of stuff read on the show as well.
Yay.
Yeah, if you're at the $5 tier or higher, you're hearing this on the day of pre-release for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I will yet again not be going to.
Yeah.
So many swim meets scheduled on the same day as pre-release. It's fine. I'm fine.
They did that on purpose. Fine. They're conspiring against you, my lord.
They are. I went to Edge of Eternities, and Edge of Eternities was great. Missed Spiderman for a swim meet. We're not really missing much.
Yeah.
Missed Lorwyn. Missed Avatar. Now missing TMNT. If I miss Strixhaven, I might just.
That might just be it.
Nuclear bomb explosion. If you're watching this on the free feeds, you're a freeloader. Filthy little freeloader listening on Spotify. Dave. Fucking Drew listening on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
I hope one of those sticks. I hope one of those call outs is like fucking right on the money. That'd be great. You can get that by the time you listen to it on the free feeds. Pre-release will have already gone past. Are you going to a pre-release event? Or are you you might be busy with the family?
Yeah, I am busy with the family. And,
of course.
Some personal stuff.
You can tell us about your weird sex parties. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's not an island involved, and everyone is above age, so
yes.
We're good to go. We're good to go on that.
I threw my back out. It's not a good
at the last one.
A good thing. Yeah.
I mean, you're our hot commodity, so I understand. I understand.
Hey, that's why I keep it clean. Look at that.
I ain't trim up. I'm getting a little.
long in the tooth.
I'm getting a little post like Aragorn, but like Aragorn when he's out in the wilderness by himself for like 4 months straight and hasn't seen another human being, know?
Yeah.
Anyway. We got I almost said Lord of the Rings, jeez. We've got TMNT today. I wish we were talking about the Lord of the Rings set. I got so much to say.
Soon enough though, hey, it's coming.
It's The Hobbit. I've got some concerns about The Hobbit and Star Trek for that matter. Based on the last 2
So when are we going to do
years.
our podcast about the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the 3 Hobbit movies that came after it?
Do you want to do a bonus action tomorrow?
Yeah. I got a lot to say about the Hobbit movies.
Really? Yeah. I've got more positive things to say about the Hobbit than most people do.
Same.
And Rings of Power. I think Rings of Power, there's going to be some revisionist history about that shit in 10 years from now when people are like, actually, the show's actually pretty good. We were just kind of chuds.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes much like fine cheeses, things need to mature to a certain point.
They got to get a good funk on them. You know, Lord of the Rings got some good funk on it.
Yeah.
That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about TMNT. Okay,
which is also funky.
It is funky. It's got some quirks to it. It is full set reveal, pre-release ready. We've seen everything. We know what's coming. All right. We also know that there's going to be some additional promos if you go to a TMNT pre-release this weekend, which is very exciting. But I want to start off with the Olympics. The Winter Olympics has come and gone.
Yes.
Have you heard about the cheating from Canada?
No.
Canada was cheating at curling.
How?
They got caught. So they're throwing the rock down the thing, and they cross. It's called the hog line. Okay, it's the line that they have to let go of the rock before. Okay. And so they have like technology in the handle to know when you've let go, and it knows where it is relative to the hog line. If you let go before the hog line, there's 2 little green lights, and then that puck's good, or there's 2 red lights, and then they have to remove it before it gets to the field of play. What the Canadians were doing were releasing, and then once the puck went past the hog line, the rock, I don't know what it's called actually. They're like release, and then they go onto the rock, onto the granite part where the sensors don't. So they're giving a little extra after the hog line.
A little extra zhuzh.
A little extra zhuzh on it. And the Swedes called him out in the middle of a match on TV. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Look it up. It's amazing. But the reason I bring up the Olympics, 2 American skaters, Amber Glenn and Alyssa Liu, have made themselves known for being gold medalist figure skaters. Congratulations, ladies. Very well done.
Woo!
Major Magic the Gathering fans.
Let's go. We love to see it.
They're way in it. All right. Amber Glenn, in her like one of her vignettes of like these are the things that I do. This is my life. Haha. She literally has a pack of Lorwyn that she opened at the Winter Olympics and was like showing some of the cards that she pulled. These gangster ladies, gold medalist figure skaters, some of the best athletes in the world. Okay. They're at the closing ceremony of the Olympics, and there's the wide shot, and Alyssa is filming Amber cracking a Lorwyn pack at the closing ceremony.
That's just so perfect. So perfect.
Bravo, ladies.
Yeah.
Bravo. I'm sure every Magic content creator is banging down Amber's door right now to get her on a fucking show.
They're like, please come on our show.
I guarantee you she's going to be on Pack It Up with the Ben Bateman YouTube.
Pack It Up, Commander at Home.
Absolutely.
Command
100%.
Zone.
100%.
You name it, they'll probably be there.
More power to her, honestly.
But
God bless.
Absolutely. God bless. And just as a side note, I don't know if you remember, but a while back, Wizards was having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out how to get women into Magic the Gathering.
There's your sign.
It's right there.
It's right there.
You don't have to do K-pop and everything else. It's right there.
I mean, you can still do K-pop Demon Hunters. I'd be kind of into that, honestly. She also apparently brought a trade binder to the Olympics.
Which means that there's more people there that play.
I mean, there's how many thousands of athletes at an Olympic event? Surely like a dozen of them play Magic, you know?
Got to.
At least. Anyway. Shout out Amber Glenn. Shout out Alyssa Liu. Congratulations on your gold medals.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Glad to know that I need to be following you on social media now for Magic stuff. Anyway. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a Halfshell.
Big part of my childhood.
We've seen all of the product lines. We've seen all of the cards in the set. We've talked about the products. Apparently, the collector booster box is going for $50 below MSRP right now.
Wow.
And there's some people thinking that that's actually, despite the fact that there's not like a lot of excitement for it, that's probably a really good deal because the makeup of that collector booster is way better than what Spiderman was. Way better. Like what you're getting, the bonus sheet cards, the special treatments, the frequency, all that kind of stuff. People that crunch numbers more than I do.
Yeah. Nerds.
But we're going to talk about the mechanics. The set mechanics, we've got mutagen tokens, which is a new type of token. The sneak mechanic, disappear, alliance, and classes making a return. The classes card type. Enchantment subtype, you can level it up. You get additional abilities. We've saw it in Dungeons and Dragons. We've seen it in, I want to say, Bloomburrow. Did they come back at all? No, it was just Bloomburrow. Alliance is returning,
called
right?
Talents, though, then.
They were talents. No, the class. No. Class. Yeah, no. Bloomburrow was talents. Classes was D&D, even though the mechanics are functionally identical. Yeah. Alliance, returning keyword ability, triggers off of creatures entering under your control. And other thing, it's ETB for other things. Yeah. Basically. That's all it is. Everyone's freaking out about Slash Reptile Rampager. That's the oh my god. What's the goblin that pings for 2 when you cast non-creatures?
Oh, Gutter Snipe.
Yeah, it's Gutter Snipe for ETBs. It's Perforos. That's a creature for 5 mana.
It's good.
It's not terrible. We have Disappear, which it's a new keyword ability, but it feels very similar to ones that we've gotten in the past. It cares about things leaving the battlefield, a permanent leaving your battlefield when you get to your end step. For example, Krang and Shredder. It's a 6 mana, 4 generic, 2 Dimir. It has Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with Krang and Shredder without paying its mana cost. When it enters or attacks, each opponent exiles the top card of your library until they exile a non-land card. Notably, the other cards that get exiled just stay in exile. But the non-land cards exiled, you get to cast for free. And there's various other Disappear cards. Sneak, which is effectively ninjutsu, but like kind of fixed to not be as abusable. You can cast a spell for its sneak cost if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during the declare blocker step. So there's not all the weird like multiple phases of combat shenanigans you can get into with ninjutsu. And the last new mechanic is mutagen. It is a new artifact token type. The mutagen token, you pay 1, you tap and sacrifice it to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature, and you can activate it only as a sorcery. I wish they had just let you do it at any time, but you know. New artifact token type, people are going to care about it. Very exciting. Yep. What do you make of the mechanics, the new and returning mechanics of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Very solid. They seem very thematic. I really wish Disappear would have been, one of the other many mechanics we've had that's like, if something leaves the battlefield, do this, such as Descend or the one from Edge of Eternities.
Warp. I think they just kind of did it for flavor purposes.
I get it, honestly. But it's like, it's one other thing that's now like, if it cares about something leaving the battlefield. But that's just me being a little bit nitpicky. Mm-hmm.
And that's more like a flavor keyword than like a mechanical keyword,
But
so
other than
I'm
that,
more okay with that.
This stuff looks awesome.
I agree. I like the return of classes. I like that Sneak, because of the phrasing of it, allows you to use non-permanents to sneak in, like all the instants that we're getting that you're able to sneak in at a reduced rate. I think is really cool design space. I am a bit dubious of the specifics of the limited environment, though. The mechanics are fairly simple, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No.
But let's get into some of the concerns about the limited environment. This is a low card count set. We're getting into the same kind of number of cards as Spiderman was getting. We're also getting such absolute banger, obvious, amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themes as spicy oatmeal pizza.
Yeah.
You can get 4 versions of Michelangelo at every rarity.
They did that before with something else. I just can't think of what it was. Where it was like you could get them at every rarity. It would be different, but
there was one like egregious one. Where is it? Oh, you can get the skateboard. You can you can get the turtle van.
Are you surprised? We've gone beyond the pale already. We've got Bagel and Schmear and Taxi Driver, and you're drawing the line at skateboard
I want
van?
to. There's a white card that I want to call particular attention to. I can't find it.
The Foot Assault?
No, it's the Feather-Brained Filcher.
Okay.
It is an uncommon. It's 1 white mana. It's a 0/2 bird mutant with flying. When this creature leaves the battlefield, create a food token. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Like a city pigeon?
Mm-hmm.
All these various food artifacts, like the bagel and schmear, like the hot dog. There's certain aspects of it that feel very fillery in a way, because they had to. They had to get the barest minimum to get a usable draft limited environment. Well, you don't get the full gamut of 10 color pairs. You only get 5 color pairs that are being designed around. Mm-hmm. I will say the card quality and design quality is notably better than what Spider-Man had to offer.
Yeah.
But what do you think? You seem to be a bit more up on the limited possibilities.
Well, it's not so much the limited possibilities. I was just going to make like a quick comparison, is that we are only getting 1 commander deck. It is 5 colors. But within it are all these other partners that can lead to 2 color pairings. And one of the reasons, like, not trying to be like a Debbie Downer on it or anything like that, but imagine if there wasn't going to be a TMNT set, it was just the commander deck.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be kind of weird if you could make all these pairings, but you couldn't really do a lot with the other cards that were in the deck, because now you've essentially eliminated 3 other colors, but you still want to carry over the theme of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I mean, it just makes sense to me that you would need some kind of like supplemental product to round everything out, and it kind of reads more to me, like you said with these filler cards, maybe they were trying to design like maybe multiple things, and then they were just like, well, you know, this is almost a set, let's go ahead and just round it out, let's make it a set, and we'll do a 5-color commander deck.
I think this had the benefit of more time to bake than Spider-Man did, because I think Spider-Man they were a good bit into developing this set when they realized they needed to expand it to a full standard legal set.
For sure.
And then TMNT had the benefit of more time to actually flesh that out a fair bit more, several months of lead time. I mean, the commander deck, the character select partners are clearly, who are you pairing with Leonardo? Or are you going to just do heroes and a half shell? Because that's the only way the deck legally functions.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, if you were to buy that, like you as a fan, like someone who was a fan of Ninja Turtles, and you wanted to just do pairings, like 2-color pairings instead of the full 5-color Monty, you would be left wanting pretty much, because there's not a whole lot of, you know, TMNT flavored stuff outside of that to
that's true
round something out. So I'm not saying that they did it quickly. I'm just saying that maybe this started as like an idea for a commander deck, or started as an idea for a set, and then they were like, oh, well, you know, let's make a 5-color commander deck, and now they'll be able to take other favorite things from this and slide them in there.
Along those lines, I do think that they definitely wanted to have the commander deck, and they're like, oh, if we're going to do this character select thing, there's going to be either we hand fist Wooburg into all of these monocolor cards, or we need to fill in other options for people that want to limit their colors to run Raphael and Michelangelo, to run Donatello and Splinter, etc. And like a mini set would have worked well for that, to just provide a nice smattering of extra cards that are in the universe on the theme to build with. And then it felt like they may have had to expand, which is why we get the common, uncommon, rare, and mythic Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, you know?
Which I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because I can tell that whoever they had in the design room coming up with these cards knows Ninja Turtles. They
absolutely
know Ninja Turtles.
Like, no, the flavor is way more on point with the Ninja Turtles set than the various Spidermen and Spider-Women going around. For sure, 100%. While we're on the topic of the Commander decks, I want to shout one thing out. The reprinted cards, new art reprints. This something that I want them to bring back.
Okay.
Just reskin the names of cards. For example, Vigor being Heralds of Shredder and then just having the subtext like it's Vigor.
Yeah.
You know? I think that to kind of add that little extra bit of flavor to these universes beyond products, I think is just an easy thing that they can start doing. This is the first time I've seen this in like a core Commander product, as opposed to just like where you got the Fallout decks where they were reskinning a bunch of stuff. I'd make this more common.
Yeah, I agree, because then you start to get into this like weird area where you almost have so many of the same effect that it kind of makes certain Commander decks like just work almost too well, because they have so much access to like the core part of the deck of what they want to do. So I actually like when they do that too, where they just reskin a creature or a card as something else, and they're like this, but subtext this.
Yes, and it helps the problem of like mechanically identical cards existing, and just being able like parse it down. It's like here's your voracious Hydra. We don't need to make mechanically identical voracious Hydra with a different name.
Yeah,
you know. I think that's a slam dunk. Another thing that's a slam dunk, and this is something that we really need to implore. Do they not have... Okay, Battle Bond lands. Undergrowth Stadium is being reprinted. Thank the heavens. Spire Garden. Why are these not in every single Commander deck product that they make?
You know, this is something that
it's been a fight for years.
I always will forever, anytime there's a 5-color deck. Like, sure, when it's 2-color, like, people can kind of get around certain lands being absent. But every time there's a 5-color, you can go back and look. And I'm sure if you could pull up, like, tweets or Blue Sky Skeets or whatever they are from around that time. Like,
you can tell we're 30.
Yeah. You're gonna... But you would find, like, a spike where everyone complains about the fact that it's always the tap lands that get reprinted. It's always the slow, gain 1 life when this enters lands. Or
they reprint half of the bicycle lands as secret lairs. Dude, that drop was so dumb.
Basic lands. 5 of them.
God. So
$50.
God love them. God love them. So Battle Bond lands being reprinted. The Battle Bond lands, the lands that say this land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents.
Yes.
If you are designing a multicolor Commander deck, you should just have the on-color Battle Bond lands. Period. It doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5-color deck does not matter. If there is a Battle Bond land for it, it should be in the deck.
100%.
It only affects Commander. You're not going to like spike the supply of these cards for other formats. They aren't played anywhere else.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say fetch lands.
Yeah. That's why they're not going to put the fetch lands.
But that's the thing. It has no bearing on Standard. It has no bearing on anything else other than Commander and Modern.
The fetch lands...
And, the formats where they're legal.
The fetch lands serve an important marketing purpose, I will say. They create a financial value floor for a set. Right. And that helps them to sell certain types of products. Mm-hmm. The problem I see going forward, they don't have room to make non-standard sets anymore. So where are you going to get them? I think you're going to see a lot more collector booster products like we had with Tarkir Dragonstorm last year, where they throw fetches into that. Shocks, you can be that. I think that's partially why Shocks are back in standard, is because they're like, we don't have a place to reprint these things unless we print them into standard, you know?
It's not so much hurting anything with the Shocks, but I mean, like, the fetch lands are one of those things where they're only getting one. You're only getting one from the commander deck. Is it going to really break your bank to just throw 2 of them in there? And that pretty much covers your spread.
Yeah. I think they're just holding back on the fetches because they're more valuable to be put into certain types of products to them than to throw in the commander decks.
Right.
Whereas the Battle Bond...
Go ahead.
The Battle Bond lands don't have that value, so there's no reason they shouldn't just throw them in there. And I don't begrudge them for having like here's a chase card. We're not going to just reprint it into the ground so that everybody can have them cheap. I get that from a business perspective. It sucks. I don't like it, but I understand, and I don't necessarily begrudge them for that.
Right. But I will say this, okay? Arcane Signet. Do you remember when Arcane Signet first came out?
No, I wasn't playing them.
Arcane Signet first came out in Brawl decks. Oh,
that's right, yeah.
In Eldraine. Mm-hmm. That card was crazy expensive because you could only get them in Brawl decks.
Yeah.
Now, it's a budget card. It's like under $1. But that's after so many times of being printed. Soul Ring still holds value at like $1 or a couple bucks. You know why that is? It's because it only comes with the commander decks for the most part. So the fetch lands you wouldn't really be losing anything, you know? Because you're only printing one.
But
it's only in a commander deck thing. Mm-hmm. You know, so you're only getting one for $60, 2 of them for $60. It's not going to tank the value of any of the other fetch lands. It's just going to be a thing where it's like, have a fetch land as a treat. I'm
not opposed. Like, if they start putting fetch lands into commander decks, like, yay. I'm thrilled.
Look, as a budget player, I think they should, because I want that shit to be just in the ground. But
I think the game would be better if Shockland or if fetches weren't $20 to $30 and were more like $10 to $15.
There you go.
I think that makes things healthier.
They'll never get too far because there's just never going to be enough supply to meet the demand.
Yeah, but I want to see a world where the Battle Bond lands go the way of Arcane Signet, where you can get a full set of Battle Bond lands.
Oh yeah,
for
like the swamp lands, the tainted ones, or any of those. I would love to see that too. I mean, I know that the Battle Bond lands can kind of float around.
Complete all these random incomplete cycles as well. You know, canopy lands, for example.
Didn't mean to get off on a tangent there, but just
no, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about what we got to talk about, man. I'm never going to begrudge that. Never going to begrudge that. Do you have anything else you want to say about the commander decks? The commander deck, singular. I think the design space is cool. I like the partner character select thing. They kind of screwed themselves out from other video game IP that they might want to use in the future, unless you want to get real weird with it, which I'm not opposed to. But
I mean, I think they're willing to do it. But I think it's really good because this right here is like, it almost feels to me like baby's first build your commander deck. Like they're giving you all the pieces and they're like, hey, you can play it like this, or how about you go grab some stuff out of the TMNT set and you turn it into a 2-color?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, you got the turtle team up? Maybe throw some turtle team up stuff, even though all the stuff is overcosted and basic. I do want to call out the Turtle Team Up theme deck specifically because it has my favorite card in the whole set. Definitely not a turtle. 3 generic mana for a 3/2 creature Mutant Ninja Turtle. When this creature dies, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal a land or legendary turtle from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. And then it's just the trench coat Ninja Turtle.
Yep.
Colorless creature. I think that's hilarious. I love that card.
It's great.
For like no reason. For no reason. Anyway. The main set itself. Overall, the design is way better than Spiderman.
For sure.
I'm sad that I won't be able to try it out in a pre-release setting, but I'm not like gutted about it like I was for Lorwyn.
No.
Like
or you
Lorwyn gutted me. Lorwyn would gutted me that I couldn't do. But do you have any cards in particular you feel the need to call out as the resident turtle boy?
I want to call out just a couple of things that have like really caught my eye that have kind of, because I've been in a bit of a slump. I don't know if you noticed. I've been in a bit of a deck building slump. It's been really, really hard to break out of. Because every time I finish building something and I think it's cool, I like test it for a week and I'm like, nah, it's just not good enough.
It's not working the way you want it.
It's not working the way I want. But this has actually presented some pretty interesting, like, different ways to build. So one of the ones I want to call out, the neutrinos. 2 generic, red, white, legendary creature, elf, rebel, 2/4 with flying. Whenever another creature you control enters, the neutrinos get +1/+0 until end of turn, so you're open for commander damage because it's got evasion and it gets bigger. But the main thing is whenever the neutrinos attack, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. So this gets around summoning sickness, essentially.
It gets around summoning sickness, yeah.
Yeah, if you play something and you swing with the neutrinos, then you can exile it and it comes back into play, so you're getting an ETB trigger and it comes back in tapped and attacking.
I know in Rakdos, there's... I remember it from an Alesha
Master
deck.
of Cruelties?
That one, where it had the attack restriction.
Mm-hmm. I've been killed by that many times.
I don't know if there is an attack restriction that in Boros that this would help get around that would be worthwhile in this deck. But notably, this also helps you double up on ETB effects, especially creatures that give you ETB and attack. Like on enters and attack, you can double up on that effect in a turn, triple up on that effect in a turn. I look at things like old Atali, like the Atali that was promoted into the ground, getting the attack trigger immediately and not having to wait for a turn cycle. That's fun. That is fun.
Yeah. And that's just one that's really caught my eye. I'm interested to kind of dive more into the set and find some more stuff because I really do love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My son is big into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now. And even though he doesn't care for the older movies like I do, but that's what I grew up with was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Secret of the Ooze, that type of stuff, and I still to this day like remember some of the quotes from the movie where it's like, oh man, it's some kind of bat and he's like, tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
Those live action movies are ridiculous, man. So funny. Did you know that they had like a year to turn around from the release of the first one to the release of the second one, and they made the whole second movie in that year?
That doesn't surprise me. The second one is actually like a lot more made for kids. So like the first one has a lot more like more adultier themes.
It is
and they
darker.
realized it was such a hit with kids. They were like, we'll just lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, just make it more kiddie.
And I don't know if you've seen what those suits look like now. They're looking rough.
They are.
One of them was
not holding up.
I want to. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it because I don't know if it's true and I can't look it up right now.
Wyatt, just spew a lie and we'll correct it later.
I'm pretty sure they had one of those suits because Vanilla Ice performed at the TP USA thing. So they had one of the Ninja Turtles out there, like one of the suits.
At the halftime show?
Yeah, at the halftime show.
yeah.
Where he performed Go Ninja.
Oh my God. That's so cringe. I love that. That's so cringe. Oh my God. In terms of cards I want to call out, this isn't really a card specifically, but in the like hybrid mana commons and uncommons, I'm noticing a lot of blue and red cheap artifact creatures. I don't know if you know this. These kind of cheap artifact standard legal creature Pinnacle Emissary-esque enabling things continue to keep coming out. I feel like they're trying to push standard decks in a certain way, possibly. Giving support to some deck strategies they've kind of been hinting at. Is there any mill? I don't know if I've seen any mill in this. Because that Azorius mill thing still keeps sticking in my mind of all the random white-blue mill things that seem to like kind of coexist together. The only reason I bring all of that up is I do appreciate that even in these smaller sets that people aren't as excited for, you can clearly tell that they've got a multi-set view and are looking ahead for how sets interact with each other for the standard environment. At least now that we've gone a bit farther into this more modern overprinting of cards into standard, they're at least taking a little bit of care with it. Only a little. Only a little. You got to keep one eye.
I don't think he performed at the TPUSA thing.
Okay, well that's good.
I think it was just a random thing. I'm
sorry. Well that's significantly better. That's significantly better. But still. All right, do you have anything you want to say else about the set?
I'm excited. I know a lot of people are just kind of like passing it over, which fair. Hey, I get that magic. There is a lot of stuff that comes and goes, especially now. But I think that's, perfectly fine for some people to be just like, okay, I'll wait for the next thing I care about. But don't yuck anyone's yum. If someone likes it, don't be in the comment section being like, I can't believe that you're...
Yeah, I can't believe you like TMNT, you fucking nerds. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
The hell out of here.
And I'm interested to see what it's going to do. I think some people are going to make some really interesting decks because there's a lot of really interesting commanders.
Absolutely. Before we fully move on from TMNT, if you're going to pre-release or have gone to pre-release, you'll know you've got an extra little promo pack. So with the Lorwyn Eclipsed pre-release, as you all, I'm sure, know, a whole lot of people were getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rares and mythics in their pre-release kit. And so as a bit of an apology, if you go to a TMNT pre-release event, you are able to receive, along with your pre-release kit, an extra promo pack chosen at random from one of the 5 in-universe Magic sets from the most recent years. Lorwyn Eclipse, Edge of Eternities, Tarkir Dragonstorm, Duskborn House of Horror, or Bloomborough. It's crazy we got to go all the way back to Bloomborough to get 5 in-universe Magic sets.
Well...
Yikes.
What are you going to do?
You are able to get a promo pack randomly selected from one of those sets as a little bit of a mea culpa, if you will, for the Lorwyn Eclipse stuff. That's all we have on the document, but I do want to pop over to my YouTube studio real quick and go to the community tab. Because I don't know if you saw this, Wyatt, but there was a little bit of consternation over our take on the last episode about Griselbrand, in fact.
Yes, I did see that.
So the big thing that a lot of people were calling out from the clip, and I believe we mentioned it in the full episode. I'm pretty sure this was brought up. Mm-hmm. The card draw from Griselbrand. Griselbrand is one of the cards that was called out in the Commander BNR announcement from the last episode. And it's one of the cards they're eyeing for possibly taking off of the ban list. And and we were both kind of in agreement, like, fuck it, why not? Take it off. What's the worst that could happen? A lot of people are calling out instant speed card draw. If someone goes to remove the Griselbrand, they can draw 21 cards in response. Okay, fair enough. We did bring up Entomb Reanimate for getting it out quicker, cheating on mana. It's going to take 2 to 3 extra cards to do all that.
Yeah.
The other one, it can go in your command zone.
Sure.
Fair. Then you don't really get to cheat the mana cost with the aforementioned put in the graveyard reanimate stuff. So you have to pay the full fat 8 mana, 7 mana. And if you're doing that, you kind of earn the right to. I feel like if you're casting stuff for that much mana, it should be a crippling effect.
It should be like that.
It should be a crippling, especially if it's in your command zone. It's like people are going to look at that and be like, "I'm holding up a counterspell for that motherfucker." When you get to 5+ mana, when you get within, when you get to Dark Ritual, cast my commander.
Yeah.
So.
But at that point, you're playing a whole different game, and just pointing this out too.
Yeah.
The only thing that would be like nervous about it, like if you do target it and they, in response, activate Gristlebrand, and let's say they dig deep enough to, you'd have to be in blue, or something to protect it,
Yeah.
But you dig deep, you find the answer, bam.
If you're in black, you can find like a not dead yet or something that allows it to come back to the battlefield after dying.
Right, but most of the time it's being targeted by something that's going to exile it. So,
yeah.
Or like you said, a counterspell. So, and then on top of that, I just want to bring up, if someone knows that you're about to play Gristlebrand and they don't hold up a counterspell, but they have removal, you play Gristlebrand and they're like, okay, on my turn, remove it. You can, in response, draw a bunch of cards, but you have no way to pay any mana because you probably had to tap out to cast Gristlebrand. I don't see how it's that big of a deal. If it's in your deck, then sure, but you have to go through those steps that we talked about before, or find some way to cheat it out. And if it's in your command zone, then you're not cheating it out. You're just going to have to pay the full thing for it, and it is what it is.
So. I'm going to not skin my cat.
Right. But
we're going to have a talking to, because this whole impatience, jump up on top of the PC, hit the power button, turn me off while I'm recording the podcast thing, and it's not the first time this has happened.
Right.
She's getting a little She's getting a little rambunctious with it, and I don't take too kindly to that kind of behavior. So we're going to be having a word with the cat after this. That said, to put the whole Gristlebrand thing to bed, try me, motherfucker. Unban it, see what happens.
Right. I mean, look, that's not including any of the dead cards you draw.
Exactly.
Well, you draw 2 lands, you only drew 5 cards.
Removing the entire quality of the card draw or the card draw itself, okay? It is an effect similar to the Necros. Necrodominus,
similar
Necropotence.
To the Necros.
It is stronger.
Bolas' Citadel.
It is stronger than Bolas' Citadel. It is stronger than the Necros in the card draw department. It is also a card type that's more easily interactable. It is a card that the mana cost is prohibitive, and you have to find extra cards, extra ways to work around it to get it into play. Is it stronger than Bolas' Citadel and Necrodominance and Necropotence? 100% it is.
Yeah.
Throw it on the Game Changers list. Let it be played in bracket 3 and 4. And when you're in a pod, hey, I've got Gristlebrand in my deck. They know and can play around it. And if you can get the Gristlebrand into play, go for it. Fucking draw your 35 cards, win the game, we'll go again.
Right.
Like
I don't see how it's that big of an issue.
Exactly.
There was literally Flash Hulk.
Yeah.
Was a thing.
The bracket system itself, I think, is that safety net for the play patterns that let it be. That's why they've been able to unban all these cards in the first place.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, look, y'all better go ahead and get used to it, because it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to look at it, they're going to unban it, and they're going to see what people do with it. Sure, it might get back on the ban list. It might end up right back on it.
If it's a trial unbanned, sure, go for it. I don't think that it's going to get unbanned and be so catastrophically bad that they're throwing it right back on the ban list really quickly.
Y'all want to put Lutri back on the ban list? Is that it?
Man.
Y'all just want them to ban cards again? Just keep things banned?
Nah, man. Let the people play. I'm a man of the people.
Right. And it's so interesting to me because people talk about like cards becoming more and more powerful as they print more and more Magic cards.
Yeah.
But it's like Gristlebrand is a line too far. It's the perfect Magic card, apparently.
I would rather lose to a Gristlebrand than a Rhystic Study.
100%.
I would rather lose to a Gristlebrand than a Smothering Tithe.
Do I want to be paid 1 to death into the ground?
No, draw half your deck and win the game.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather get bent to a Gristlebrand or an Ad Nauseam, which is another very apt comparison.
Yeah.
By the way, or a Necrodominance or a Necropotence or a Bolus of Citadel drawing you a freaking mountain of cards and then winning from there. It's like, respect, you assembled the combo.
With anything that draws that many cards, wouldn't you just lose? They have over half their deck in their hand. You don't think they can cobble together a win condition on their turn?
Exactly. Like,
is it powerful? Because even in pristine, just look at it this way. Let's go with our turn 1 example again. Turn 1, you get it out. You immediately get out Gristlebrand. It is instantly answered by the person to your right. Or left, whichever one. Instantly answered. It comes out, boom.
In response, I reanimated it, so I lost 8 life, so I'm at 32. In response, I lose 28 life to draw 28 cards.
Now, they have all the cards in the world in their hand.
Now you're at 4, and some incidental combat damage or incidental pinging takes you the fuck out.
And let's just say, I mean, cause it would have to be in a bracket. Because if it's not, you wouldn't be doing anything anyway. Let's say you did that with Gristlebrand. Okay, on your turn you go, and let's say you go Swamp, tap Swamp for Soul Ring, tap Soul Ring for Arcane Signet. I have Ritual, 2 mana left.
Dark Ritual, Entomb, Reanimate. Great, you had the God Hand.
Right, but I'm saying after that, your follow-up turn, you have no more fast mana to do anything without it being on the Game Changers list already. So you're already playing in a higher bracket.
Exactly. But so to put a tight bow on it, fuck around, find out.
Yeah, unban it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Go ahead and pick up some copies.
YouTube comment section. YouTube comment section. You're on a 2-week ban. You don't get to comment. TikTok comment section. 3-week ban. You know what you did.
Come on, y'all.
You know what you did.
Y'all know it's coming. They've said that it's on their radar. It's obviously getting unbanned. You know what the last things on their radar was? Dockside.
There you go. Anyway, that's all I have for you fine young folks and older folks, or folks of all shapes, sizes, and ages, quite frankly. Yeah. Hope you enjoy your TMNT pre-release weekend. I'm going to be working.
I'll hopefully be working soon.
Wyatt. Oh, Wyatt. On the program. $15 a month gets you early free access. And your name read on the show like Brandon Vole, the man, the myth, the legend, Brandon Vole.
Brandon.
You're the man, Brandon. I hope to see you at SCG-Con.
Please.
Hope to see you at SCG-Con. Shuffle up and play with me, my man. That threw me the fuck off. Apple, Google, Spotify,
YouTube. Check us out everywhere, please.
The whole thing. Check out the Typical Gemini, Wyatt, on all the social stuff. With all that being said, we love you very much, and as always,
go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Go, 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 ninja, ninja. Rare.